She'd gone up some stairs onto the, I think it was the first floor, up a corridor,
yes.
And that there was a room there. It was Alice's room. Alice's room. I don't know who Alice is, and she said that she'd gone into this room and that there was something that she'd found in this room, and she just said that it was going to change everything. Sorry, excuse me. Hello? Hello?
Have you been getting some calls? You sound as if you've been getting
I've had
some
a few calls. I've just had a few at home and on the mobile. Look, can I go? I've really got to go.
A red coat has come into our inquiry. We don't know if it has any significance at all, but you don't know anybody who has a red coat or...
I've got a red coat.
You've got a red coat?
I've got a red coat.
Is it a short sort of Macintosh coat?
Well, it's just a coat that I keep in the vestry in the church. I mean, I don't use it very much.
When did you last use it? Can you remember when you last used it?
No, I can't remember. Look, I'm sorry. Can I go?
You always
I've really
just
got to
keep
pick
it
up
in
this
the vestry.
prescription.
All right,
just
well,
keep
thank
it in the
you.
vestry. It's
Okay.
still there.
We'll get in touch with you, Mrs. Wells.
Well done.
Richard and Rory are off to interview the three witnesses who say they saw Catherine Pryor on the morning of her murder. Their task is to determine which is the correct statement and give reasons why the other two are wrong. To do this, they can draw on evidence gathered from Dean's wedding video and the pathologist's findings.
Height 1.57 metres, weight 62 kilos. The deceased was wearing contact lenses and the clothing was heavily bloodstained.
She's fine.
Zoe Richards is the first witness to arrive at the investigators' mobile incident room.
Thanks for coming along.
How you doing?
There's Special Investigators Richard Sharrocks and Rory McNally.
Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Sorry, just take your name.
Hiya, yeah, Zoe.
Thank you. Take the seat, please. As you can appreciate, we're trying to piece together the last movements of Catherine before she was murdered. So what we'd like to do is just you to tell us what you've got that you think is relevant.
Well, I work in the supermarket right near Morden High Street, and the day that she was murdered, she came into the shop, and I actually served her. And I was working on the 10 items only till, and she came in and she had more than 10 items, and she was there forever, and I'm sure the woman that I served was Catherine.
Can you tell us if Catherine was carrying anything?
She had a bag that she must have, yeah, because she had a cheque. She brought out her chequebook to sign the cheque. She had this gold pen she was signing with her right hand and her big fancy writing. Then she couldn't find her cash card, so she was rooting down her bag, holding the queue up even more. Is that of any help?
Yeah, it is. Fantastic. It's all really good. Anything else do you think that might...
As I say, that's all I just know, that I did see her and that I served her that day.
The second witness who believes she has relevant information about the murder victim is Mary Jane Thornton.
Monday, and I just stopped at a newsagent's, and when I was outside, there was a woman that fitted that description. I went to get my glasses out, and she went to get her glasses at the same time, and we just had this kind of joke about glasses at the same time, about being a bit short-sighted and getting old. It was a bit of a sad conversation.
So she put her glasses on to
yeah, as well. She'd put some on, and we just had that kind of momentary laugh. And she was so similar to the murdered victim, which is awful.
The third and final witness who claims to have seen Catherine Pryor just hours before her murder is Edward Green.
Well, the whole thing really relies on Jim. Jim, my next door neighbour. I went for a walk because he's drilling. It was just driving me mad. So I went out about, 11:30, I suppose. I always phone my sister Alison. She lives in Ipswich. I always phone her at lunchtime, but the phone box, that was occupied. Guy in there with a brown check shirt. I recognised the shirt because I had one given to me at Christmas like that. So anyway, because he was in there, I went to the local shop to get my lottery ticket. I play Thunderball. Anyway, when I came back, the box was empty, so I phoned Alison. We chatted for about 10 minutes, and then I went back. Anyway, then I took the shopping to Mum's, and of course Mother said the usual thing. I see you still haven't had your hair cut. She goes on about my hair. I mean, seriously, do you think I've got long hair?
No, not at all.
I hadn't, have I? So that was the usual thing, and we chatted, I suppose, for a few minutes. And I looked at my watch and said, "Oh, mother, time, you know, I must go." And she said, "Oh, yes, I've got plenty to do myself." And that is when the door slammed of this car that I saw outside, and that's when I saw the girl. And she was obviously having words with this woman, and I guess that's why she got out of the car and slammed the door.
Can you tell us where this car was?
Really just to one side of All Saints Church. It was L registration.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that because my middle name is Leslie.
Right.
Have you got the colour of the car?
Navy blue.
Navy blue.
Navy blue.
You don't know what make it was, sorry.
Yeah, it was a Volvo.
A Volvo?
A Volvo.
Thank you.
Volvo Estate.
You say it was a lady driving?
Was a lady driving.
Could you just tell us a little bit about that?
I suppose she was, what, 45? Dark hair. She had a sort of swept up thing, you know, like Princess Di used to use her hair, and she had that sort of swept up thing. This woman had the same thing.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much, Edward. All right, thank you. Cheers.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Yeah, have you got anything else you wanted to add at all?
No, you should wear your hair long.
I should do, yes, I know.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
Thank you.
(1545). The day's lines of inquiry are now complete. Richard and Rory have already disproved the witness who claimed they saw Catherine outside a newsagent's wearing glasses. Pathology reports show she wore permanent contact lenses. With Dean's wedding video, they check the statement that a right-handed woman resembling Catherine was seen in a local supermarket.
Left-handed? Left-handed, definitely.
I think I should be an investigator, personally.
You?
Yeah. So if we get told by the chief that we failed,
We got it, we spotted it. Team 2 spotted it.
1920. It's dinner time at HQ, and the atmosphere could be cut with a knife. Andrew does his best to lighten the mood.
What would you like to do if you had the choice? Everybody around the table. What would you really like to do? Like, not a silly job, like.
I'd like to be a porno star.
Yeah, I said not a silly job.
Nah, I don't know really.
I'm going to be a pop star.
We haven't heard you sing at all, Mel. What group? You mean?
Because I can't, but.
But it don't matter, does it?
Technicality.
I had ideas about being an auctioneer at one stage. Lot one.
Right, go for it.
One Tesco orange squash. Any bid? Do I see 5, 5, 6 on bid on the left hand side, 6 on bid? Do I see 7? I had 6 on the left. Do I see 7, 7 on bid? Fresh blood at 8. Do I see 9? Everyone here. Do I see 10 on bid? At 10, do I see anyone? Yes or no? Bang!
What are you doing?
I'm embarrassed now. I was like that. I'm embarrassed.
Hello, incident room.
Hello, is that the investigators?
Yes, it is.
Hello, it's Tina Wells here at the vicarage.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Wells. How can I help?
I've just been outside to put my rubbish out, and over in the graveyard, I heard something, and
As a frightened Tina Wells reports a disturbance in the graveyard, Meryl and Nick are sent out into the darkness to investigate.
Got your camera and your phone. Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Be careful out there.
It's a jungle. It's a murder scene.
Nervous about what they might find when they arrive, neither Meryl or Nick is looking forward to seeing Tina twice in one day.
Mrs. Wells, hello.
Thank you for coming.
Okay. You okay?
Yeah, it was. Do you want to follow me? I was putting my rubbish in the bin, and there was all this noise over there. Look, it's here.
Catherine Pryor's funeral will take place the following day, but Tina shows Meryl and Nick her grave has mysteriously been filled.
All right, now don't go anywhere near it, please.
This is where.
Please don't go near it, Mrs. You must understand that we must find anything we can to help find Catherine's killer. Now, would you like to go back to the rectory? No.
While Tina Wells heads back to safety, Meryl and Nick find themselves alone with only one option.